minutes. Well, you know how early I am. Anyway, just bear with me. The video's about to start soon. Thanks. Bye. Oh, hello. No one's there. It's just me. I can tell that's going to get knocked over very quickly. So move it, move it. Move that. Oh, it's in the way. No, it's not. Oh, we've got people here. Hello, hello, hello. I'm sort of messing about because I'm just going to go with it. I will get the stuff and I'm going to do a bit of stamping and a bit of this and a bit of that. And this is my actual sketchbook, right? Because this is where I do all my planning, which people think I don't do. You know what I mean? And planning and all this and that. And I do. Oh, there's another one there. So I like to draw in there. I like to draw with a pen. So when I'm doing stuff, I like to draw it first. And I've got a flexible pen, which I love. And I draw with this. And I use some ink from the art, and I'll try and put a link up. It's brilliant ink. It's made for this, but what's that? Oh, right, hang on. I don't think he's going to be able to get it. He's got it through the door. Right, okay. So I just thought I'd do a lot of drawing. Anyway, I think they'll probably end up as stamps. Have you heard that? How many times did he fold that one up? Anyway, so what have I got? Today I have my stamps. I've got some stencils here. I've got some pencils. I've got my wow. I went through my stuff, and I have got that stuff that they showed the other night. I forgot about it. Marion very kindly, and the melting and stuff, which I love, love, love. I forgot. You know what you think? I'm sure I've got that. I've got some ink, some old inks that I was given. Humbug. Excuse me, a little bit. Archivals that I found in cupboard. I'm working in grey. So anyway, that's what I've got. So let's have a look who's in the room. Boom, 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 boom. What was that? Hello, Flirt. Wow, it's great to see you. And we've got hello, Facebook user. And Fleur, you'll have to go and check out. I'm doing jewellery at the moment, Fleur. I'm doing some beading. I'm loving it. Michael, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm loving your reads. Hello, Caroline. Who have we got here? Blathers. Blathers a bouncer. She isn't. She bounces. Hello, Linda. And we've got Helen from over the pond. I hate that saying. Now, I'm not going to be too late because we've got the Wonder Fiona coming on. The Wonder Fiona, yeah. The Wonderful Fiona's coming on in a bit after me. So, yeah, that's one good reason for me not to have to go shopping. Yes, I don't like shopping. I hate it with a vengeance. So, I'm just going to shut up and get. So, get this middle page. And I'm just going to go for it with some stamping. Now, I can't remember the last time I used these. So I don't even know if they still work. So I'm using these. Look at me. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. I'm using these. I haven't tried them first. So, bit of spit. Sorry. Oh, bit of spit. Anybody? Right. Let's see. No, I haven't tried them. So I need a bit more poke on that side. I like that shaded look. Right, wipe them because it's a bit strong. That it's actually really nice. So I really like the idea of shading on it. So get that one out, put that back. That 2 seconds. Oh, I will. I love to do that. Absolutely. I'm really into it at the moment. I'm doing all my relaxing stuff. Which way do I want to go with this? We'll go with 4. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Just stamp the 4. I've got a bit of a bleed there. I'm just going to give it a waft. Because if I don't... I know you might not be able to see it there, but as you dry it, the glossiness comes out. And I need to warm the paper up. It's so cold here. That's better. Warm on both sides. Toasty warm. Yeah, I like that. Right, it's a very, very simple one. We're going to go with a pen. We'll get the pens out. I'm getting the pens out that will sort of work with this. And I'm just going to go for golds, oranges. Yeah, just get your pens out. You know, we have them. Let's use them. I'm not going to go too bananas with colour because I don't particularly want to. But I've got, those are quite nice with it. Got a nice, now it all depends on whether these blooming work, so don't hold your breath. Now, the ghost is having a bit of a fight in the kitchen, so bear with me. Oh, there's my other pen as well. Oh, that's my other drawing pen. I have quite a few drawing pens. I like drawing. I think you might have guessed that. So, I'm going to try these pens first. Well, oh, I hate this. So, why do we bother buying stuff? Right, you're going to the wind. Freeze to the wind. Right. Where's that pen? I've got just had a pen there. Looks perfect. You'll have to skip. I'm covered up. I've got all my clothes on. And I've got like a shawl on, a heat blanket. It's just crazy. All because my heating's not on. I know. Times are hard for us all. Pretty certain you'll understand. This isn't right. I had a really nice one in here that would work. Is it dropped off or something? No, it's not dropped anywhere. Right, okay, I've got a brown colour here. I'm just going to go with some colour now. You don't have to use these colours. So all I'm going to do just bring in some little, and in between I'm going to get the grey pen. I've got these from Asda. I think they were about £2 for a full set. I really do like them. So you can just see, it's a bit hard for you to see that, but what I'm going to do is I'll just do a bit of just drawing quick lines in. This is going to be like the under pattern in, excuse me, I'm getting a cold again. In painting, we have what is called underpainting and overpainting, and it's like you put a base down ready, and the base is basically to get some colour down for you, because without that, you know, you can't put fine detail. Well, you can put fine detail, but it takes you days and days and days. So you put a big colour down and then you work on top. So that's what I'm doing. I've created like an undercolour, which and people often say to me, why do you put an undercolour on when you're going to cover it up? Well, the answer to that is because you need it for the layers. So I'll just show it you now in the light. Can you see? So we've got that. Then we've got this one here. So what I'm going to do is do the darker there, and I'm going to go lighter there, darker there, but I'll use a colour similar. So I'm just going to see if this will pick it. Yeah, there we go. Just picking up some detail here. So basically I'm colouring over the stamp where I want to bring emphasis to it. Just wiggle that for you to see. Okay. So here again, just taking some time around that, putting some gold on it. Can bring some gold into this. Just using straight lines, no fancy stuff, just straight lines. Give it, see, this is going to really work, having these lines onto blue, because it's so light. You can actually get a bit more of the wobbling. Oh yeah, Fleur, alive, here. We need you to do one. I've followed Fleur for a long, long time, jewellery maker days. She's amazing at what she's done. Built this wonderful career up through it. Her expertise is second to none. She's wonderful. So yeah, we'd love one in here as well, because I want to show people that life exists outside stamping and card making. You know, people don't realise that a lot of us come from many different backgrounds of crafts. I mean, I said, talking to Rachel yesterday, Rachel Harris of the wonderful artwork, that I'm going to finish my beading and do some felting, because I do all sorts of crafts. I don't do one. One is prominent, but I do them all. And when one is prominent, I turn to others as a restorative thing, because I think I get bogged down with doing it. And I always feel, and I did it in my teaching, I've done it in my career, I've done it even with shows in the TV, when something is becoming saturated and no longer not productive for people, productive for me, I stop, reflect, rewind. I don't listen to anybody else. I don't care what people say about me. I'm true to myself and I'm true to the people I care about. And that's all I do. And, you know, there's lots of people on Facebook and on the internet. They're out there to destroy people. Well, that says more about them than it does me. But that's no good when you're on the brunt of it, is it? So what we've got, the flowers here. So basically what I'm saying is I'm very true to myself and I'm very driven. And if somebody attacks one of my friends, I get really upset. If somebody attacks me, I don't care. But if somebody attacks my artwork, then they have to have a really good reason. Because I'm very, what's the word? I attack my own work enough. I don't need anyone else doing it. But then I know I need a break. And when I need a break, I turn to another craft. And that's really important because it gives you a real strength. It gives you a break and it makes you feel better. It really does make you feel better. So we've got this very, it's quite a pretty sort of arrangement. I'm going to put another one here, I think. I really like it, but I need two of these. And I have this is stunning stuff, this. It's called Eclipse. And I've used it for a long, long time. Just going to match up this stamp. Perfect. I always tell you it's not a trick because it's not tricky, is it? But I always now stamp, when I get my stamps, I make a mask always. Just going to clean off this side here of the stamps. This will be another stencil or thing, because sometimes when I draw in these things I think, oh wow, that's a great stamp, I could do that with it. So yeah, it doesn't stop with a stamp. I can draw into the stamp and recreate another one with it. Right, so if you can't afford really expensive pens, go for these from Asda. They're great. They're called Doodler and they're only about £3 for about 12. They're very good. Right, I'm going to create some definition now. So I'm just going to get my pencils out. I've got to look at the time. So I'm going to go with the pages. And you could even put these in. I don't want anything too warm though. And you could go with a turquoise would look brilliant with this as well. So these are the colours you could use, which are just bringing a bit of depth to the background. So I'm going to start with the mid. So here, lightly does it with your shading, because you don't want to overshade at this time. You're creating an illusion of depth. So build it up slowly. It's all about the pressure in your arm when you're doing this. It's not about how you know, and practice. It's the pressure you learn to pressure your arm. So you know, it's a bit like warming up. You go away and you sort of do light to dark exercises to get that muscle memory going. And once you've got that, you're laughing. So here I'm using like a black, which I don't really use a lot, but just to give it that little bit shake. See, it's a little bit too dark. So that's when you go back with your original. Some people like to do circles. Yeah, you can do circles. So we can leave it at that. I'm going to use some white. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to go with the dark blue now. There you go, that's a bit better. So add that there. So what I'm going to do is just give it a bit of shade around the edge. See, I think that's way too dark for that. I'm going to go right with light one first. Build up. It's a good match, that. Wow. Ah, that's a good match. Right, so I'm looking at that and I'm thinking it needs to be contained. So I've got this shape, started with stamping. What I can do now is get a pencil, and I quite like this, but I need some shape with it. So this is when you can sort of create your own shape. You can do ovals, anything you want. You could do a bigger flower. You can do anything you want. So let's see what a noodle that will look like. It's all right. What about I think. Oh, there's one over. I think I might go with. Oh, but I haven't got a rubber here, have I? Oh, you dunderhead. You dunderhead. So really wonky art. Got a straight right. Quite like that now. So I'm going to pull in another few little bits there. I really like that. It's not often I do hearts, but everyone, you gotta love a good heart now and again, haven't you? You've got it. You've got it. And the only reason I'm showing you this is sometimes you sat there, you don't know what to do. What's the point of getting your moodling stamps? Well, this is it. This is why I do this. Martin Parker said, this is the craft you do for yourself. And it's so true. It is. This is the craft you do for yourself. So I'm going to go in now with so can just see it's a bit difficult. Sorry, just some dodgy bits there. Some of these pens aren't going to be visible, so I can't use them on here. So I'm going to have to go. That's better for you to see. I'm not getting rid of what I've done. I'm just creating more depth that you can see. Otherwise, it's pointless. You're just watching this pen wiggle all over. So there we go. We've got a nice pattern. It's a bit better for you. Oh, got poor Fleur. She's stuck on my radar. Oh, we've got some more people. So hello, Leah. Oh, great. That's great. Sorry, I'm. Oh, hey, that's brilliant. Fleur said yes. Yeah. Absolutely, Leah. I totally agree. You know, my other half says to me, a candle needs oxygen to burn, so you just don't give it any. Right. This looks really duff up to now, but I've got half an hour to turn it around. So that's how I feel about things like this. How do you turn these around? Well, it's not the best to start with, but that's how you will be one day. You might think, oh, I really want to do something. And when you come to do it, it's like, no, it's a really cruddy day today. Well, yeah, that happens to me as well. So putting the lines in here, I'm looking at this shape thinking maybe I could do with another flower there just to finish it. But I don't want to overpower with these flowers. I want them to be in here, but not prominent. I'm going to copy the leaves though, because this leaf's got a really sort of great shape. So it's like that. It's like a can. I based it on a carnation leaf, and then characterized it by making it sort of more mine. So I made it so it looks, and then it became something of a sort of note of mine. Signature. So I've done that. What I've done is I've put some flowers around it, create that intrigue. Not that the idea of the same shape of leaf. And just going to put in a wiggle and a wobble. And then so we've got a different style there. Which is a rounder shape. But I'm liking this because it's building up now. We've got a and it makes more sense, doesn't it? To me, well, it does to me. So the shape makes more sense now. So in here, doing it all in black because I'm conscious that you can't see the silver and the gold. But this was like a trial for me. It was like, what do I do when I stamp something out and I don't know what to do? You start, and then this is it. You take an element and you think, I quite like the look of that. I'm going to go with it. And before you know it, you've got like a really positive outcome. You might not like it, but it's very positive considering that you didn't have a clue what you were going to do. But it's very positive in the fact that you've done it and you feel hopefully calmer doing it. And that's the positivity from this. It's all about bringing you calmness and work for yourself. But I've got to keep me out of town because I don't want our Fiona to be, don't want to encroach on her because I really love watching her. The next one I'm going to do, I'm going to get my gel plate out. To show you that how to utilise maybe making a new background. You'll tend to see that all my patterns do threes, so I could just show you it's so like threes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the mid grey, she says. There's a lady called Philippa. She would have a bit of a dizzy fit if she saw me with all my pencils like this. She'd be like, no, no. This is a warm grey. And muscle memory is very, very important because you know when you're pressing too hard, you know when you're pressing too light, and it's all about knowing your own strength, I suppose, and going with that. So I'm pressing quite heavy around the shape, but not so that I'm making a mark in the paper, and then I'm doing it very light to nothing. You can probably hardly see that. But I'm making sure that all the gaps that I haven't filled in, I'm really bad for that. And now being covered by these. So I am so proud of my little group. And I'm so proud of all my members in it. And I don't call it my group often, but I feel like it's like a my group moment. It's very much our group. That's the most important thing that I can't thank my admin enough because I want it to be a safe place where everybody comes to show the work. Don't matter what it does, whether it's colouring in, whether it's drawing, painting, fine art, jewellery, you know, our lovely Gina is on late, you know, all these things. We've got all these wonderful people who come and spend time, and it's their time. They don't have to do it. They're not getting paid. You know, can't pay anybody to come on. This is all free. You know, I'm very glad that I wouldn't be able to do it without my patrons because I wouldn't be able to function. So, you know, I'm very grateful, and that's why I feel very proud that people would like to do a live in the group, because if they feel that they can, or they're safe enough to do it, or that there's a point to it. Because listen, let's face it, you know, it's got to have some positives, hasn't it? If you're doing this for, you know, for us, the group, and you're getting sweet FA, you've got to like the group, haven't you, really? So yeah, it's a big thank you to everybody. I do really appreciate it. And I'm very grateful for people who, and I mean, this is really important to me. People have tried to really rip me apart, but the people that have stuck with me, you're the only ones that matter, because these people, they try and take you down, and there's no reason why, and they never tell you the whole story. Some people disappear from the group not knowing the whole story, and that's fine. I can't control that, and it's none of my business. But to the people that understood and knew me, then, as my mum said, they're the ones you look after, because they're the ones that, they're not sheep. So yeah, so I'm very grateful. I'm in one of them mama bear moments with this group at the moment. I love it. It takes a lot of time, but we get so much back. So anyway, I don't need any comments, honestly. I'm not doing it to try and provoke comments. I'm just saying I am very, very proud of this group and the people that are in it. I'm proud of my admin, the way they look after everybody, because they do look after you, you know. Nobody's allowed in here if they're dodgy at all. One dodgy comment, out. We're not here. There's enough badness in the world. What we want to do is be in a safe place. Not ignorant. It's not ignorant. I don't mean to think, oh, right, we couldn't be here and we can't talk about anything. I'd rather not, because we never know what triggers people. That's another thing. I mean, I have triggers as well. So I just have to be aware that people get triggered. So I like to think that it's such a safe place that's, you know, it's never not going to happen, but it'll be at a very low rate. So having said all that, now I'll shut up and just talk about my drawing. So here I'm going back in with I'm not going further out. I'm going less further out and just concentrating on the actual around the shapes. Doing it sharper actually, because it doesn't work. Sorry, my face was dead really near the. It stayed on my table. It's disgraceful. What's up with this? Oh, what's up with that? Oh, I've mucked it up, knowing me. Right, this calls for the sharpener. So just the very tip, and you can see it hopefully a little bit better there. So at the beginning of this, we had me with a piece of grey paper, not knowing what I was going to do, knowing that I wanted to do something that perhaps when you get your stamps home or whatever. And I'm not just doing a selling pitch. I don't do that. You know that. If something's good, I'll let you know. But I don't mean to say you've got to get it. But I just thought, I really love how this moodling is going. I love the fact that Highlight Crafts can see it as well. I love that. They could see. I'll be honest with you, Stephanie's got the vision to understand what I want to do. And it's a lot of cost for them. So they have to believe in you. So yeah, it's a big thank you to them as well. I think it's this time of year, isn't it? I don't know about anybody else, but I tend to reflect. I don't really celebrate Christmas in the sense of I haven't got any children, so I've never been blessed like that. Well, I can't be blessed, but I've yeah, and it's like members of your family that it brings it. It sort of triggers some people, so we have to be a bit careful. But yeah, it sort of brings it back to me, and then you start. Personally, I just start believing that it's nice to say, perhaps things about your family that you've missed, or it sort of brings it back to you for that sense. I think so. Perhaps that's why I'm like this. But I'm not morose with it. It's a positive feeling of of fulfillment in the fact that I love the group and I love people in it and I love what I do. Very, very lucky. Very lucky. Same with people out there, you're not on your own. There's lots of people out there who probably feel like you, but at the moment, when you're going through stuff, it doesn't always feel like that, does it? But there are. There are. So I'm quite liking this heart now. It's got a shabby chicy feel. So I'm going to bring the rest of it out now using a similar technique. So I could do it with graphite, or I could do it with a warmer pencil. I've got a Caran d'Ache here and a drawing pencil. So Caran d'Ache, what B this is? Oh, it's a H, might be a bit difficult. So I've got a warm pencil. So this Caran d'Ache is very soft. See, so I'll put quite a dark line there. This is where relying on like warming up muscle memory is so important. Reaffirming the line. Blended over that. This is a very outline. You don't want it too heavy. Great paper, this. I bought this book. Oh, I love it. When I was doing my birthday, February, when I was with Sharon and Elaine and everything at the V&A, and they had these on sale, and they're absolutely brilliant. They've got squarey paper, dotty paper, grey paper, line paper, clear paper, and I love them. I love them. And each one has a different colour paper. They were only a £5. But because I have to write and draw everything down and remember it that way, it was a great buy. So I bought about 6 of it. So I've got that now, but I need the dark blue. I need the dark blue to give it a coolness. Yeah, this is indigo. Hopefully you can see the difference. Oh, do it to music. Can you see how it's calmed it down slightly? There we go. And if you want to know what I'm listening to, it's traditional Chinese music. Free. So I'm not broadcasting anything and getting into trouble. It's very nice to listen to. Such an old nation with ancient sort of knowledge and understanding and discuss. Oh, it's wonderful. You know, like before it was the West knew what the East was doing. We were thinking, oh, we've invented this, and then you look and you look at the scrolls and things, you realise that the East in areas were doing things similar earlier. Right, I'm just going to go quickly around this now. If you get once you start getting built up with your confidence, you can easily just, do this. But I wouldn't suggest doing it at first unless you know what you're doing, because it can cause, when it doesn't work out, it can cause a lack of confidence. So it's a bit like trying to run a marathon. You don't just go out there and do it, do you? You have to build up to it. I'd love to have these Caran d'Ache, but there's no way I'll ever get these because I've got the Faber-Castell, but these, a big set of these, wow. I think Paula did it on the TV. So we've got that. It's brought it alive a little bit more. It's darker on one side, which I really like. The dark blue really cools it down. So it's that side. So we'll have a bit of here as well. Now, whenever there's dark, there has to be light to really make it pronounced. So just darken that off now. You can just see. So in here, let's get this. I'm trying to push it back now because at the moment it's jumping out and I don't want that. So I just creating a bit of shadow. I'm using the mid grey, the warm grey, 5, yeah. So we're creating areas on areas now. Yeah, that's a bit better. Because this is a mid-tone grey, it matches the paper a bit more, so it's not as dark on this paper, because it looks the same as the paper. So on a white paper it would look lighter, darker, sorry, and on this paper it looks lighter really than much lighter than that. So think about your colours when you're doing stuff like that. You know, if you're using an orange paper, say, you know, an orange would disappear a lot more into it than it would on orange on white paper. So, you know, this is like a base colour, really. Did you get that? So I quite like that. Yeah, nowhere is it enough now, but I need to think of the time because we're getting close to lovely Fiona. So I'm just going to add now a little bit. So you would go in with your white pencil all the way around. I'm not going to do it today because I won't have enough time. So then I get the white pen. Can't leave the house without a white pen, you know. It's the law. So you get your white pen, make sure it works. Give it a bit of TLC, warm it up. I want some of those toner text ones. I love them for a bit of colour. It's not warm enough. Bear in mind that your pens will be a bit funny, you know. Especially because mine are on windowsill. I'm just doing the squiggle, following the line. So no great drawing skills today. I don't want anyone to think that they've got to be able to draw. You haven't. If you can wiggle a pen on paper, jobs are good at. That's all you need to be able to do. Now this is where the carefree bit comes in. You now take as much time as you want. Because don't forget, by using white on here, you're creating like a lighter background for your doodles that you're going to put on. I'm going to fatter one actually. Let's see if this fat one will work. They're both signals, just one is a broad. This is pigment ink, this one, and the other one is a fine. But you get the coverage on this. So I'm looking at this, looking at the time. Oh, I'll have to finish soon. So on here, just bringing out the layers. So emphasising where light and dark is. Light and dark together accentuate each other, so they make the light lighter, and the dark darker next to each other. Just dropping little bits wherever you want. Need to buy some new ones of these. Run out. I buy them in 12s. It's cheaper. starting to come alive a little bit. I've not finished because I'm very conscious that I don't want to step over. So, I brought it together. It's been a journey of discovery, I think, because I didn't know what I was going to do. I just knew I wanted to do some stamping with a different colour. I picked out these inks because they were there. So I'll finish there. I will finish this, but not today. Well, will later. But I'm going to watch Fiona now. So yeah, it's very it's coming alive now, isn't it? From what we did, stamping with the colours. That was all I wanted to do. So I'm going to have a quick. I'm going to have to get off now. So I'm going to be probably on a Monday, and then I've got the Zoom. So I want to, a big thank you to everybody. If you'd like to go and check out the site, if you want to be a Patreon, it means that I can do these, carry on this, and carry on running the group because it does take all day. Doing everything, and then I can make sure that everyone's started as well. So yeah, thank you so much. I will see you soon, and I'm going to hand over to the lovely Fiona. So